The big story everybody is talking about right now is the claim that the United States military has arrived in Nigeria while the U.S. president is putting attention on what is happening in the northern part of the country. And this has created serious discussion both inside Nigeria and around the world. What is really happening, when we remove all the loud headlines and social media noise, is that the United States and Nigeria are in a very active security partnership that has recently become stronger because of the rising security challenges in the north and northwest of Nigeria. This includes the movement of U.S. military equipment, technical support, and advisory teams working together with Nigerian security forces to deal with armed groups that have been troubling many communities. This is why many people are saying the U.S. military has arrived, because they are seeing more American support activities than before. Even though this is not the same as a foreign army taking over Nigeria or occupying Nigerian land. Right now, Nigeria is facing many security problems at the same time. In some areas, there are armed groups that attack villages. In other places, there are criminal gangs that carry out kidnappings. And in some regions, there are extremist groups that want to cause fear and confusion. These problems have affected farmers, traders, families, and young people who just want to live in peace. Because of this, the Nigerian government has been working with different international partners, and the United States is one of the most important of those partners. The U.S. government believes that helping Nigeria with security support will not only help Nigerians, but will also reduce the spread of violent groups that could become a threat to the wider region. Part of this cooperation includes intelligence sharing, training, and the delivery of equipment that Nigerian forces can use to better protect people. In recent weeks and months, U.S. aircraft have also been used to watch the movement of dangerous groups from the air, and in some cases, joint actions have been taken to stop groups that were planning or carrying out attacks. This is why the news feels very intense right now. It is not because Nigeria has lost control of its country, but because the situation has reached a level where stronger international support is being used to prevent things from getting worse. At the same time, the U.S. president has spoken publicly about violence in Nigeria, especially in the northern part of the country, and this has led to more attention from the international community. Some voices in the United States have been worried about reports of attacks on different communities, and they want to be sure that everyone in Nigeria is being protected. Nigerian leaders, on their side, have said clearly that the violence is not about one group against another, but about criminals and extremists who attack anyone they see as weak. This is an important point, because when stories travel across borders, they can sometimes lose the full picture, and that can create misunderstanding. So when people hear that there is a probe or investigation, what it really means is that there is political and diplomatic pressure, with questions being asked about how security is handled and how people are being protected. It does not mean that the U.S. is running Nigeria's government or choosing Nigerian leaders. Nigeria remains a sovereign country with its own elected government, its own army, and its own decisions. The cooperation with the United States is based on agreements that Nigeria has chosen to enter because of the security situation. If you are finding this update useful, this is a good time to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because we keep bringing you clear and simple news as it happens, without noise or confusion. Many people on social media have shared dramatic posts saying that American soldiers have taken over airports or that fighter jets have landed to begin something big. These claims do not match the confirmed information. What has been confirmed is that there is U.S. support in terms of equipment, technology, and some personnel who are working with Nigerian forces. This is similar to how the U.S. works with many other countries around the world that are facing security challenges. It is support, not control. It is also important to understand that this kind of cooperation did not start today. The U.S. and Nigeria have worked together on security for many years, especially since groups like Boko Haram began to threaten lives in the northeast. Over time, as new armed groups appeared in the northwest and other areas, the partnership grew. What is happening now is simply a stronger phase of something that has been building for a long time. For ordinary Nigerians, what really matters is safety. People want to go to their farms, their shops, their schools, and their places of worship without fear. They want to travel on the roads without worrying about being stopped by criminals. If international support can help Nigerian forces to reduce these dangers, many people will see that as a positive thing. But at the same time, Nigerians are proud of their country and want to be sure that any foreign help respects Nigeria's independence and laws. This balance between getting help and keeping control is what is at the heart of the current discussion. Some people are happy to see stronger international backing. Others are more careful and want to make sure it does not go too far. These are healthy debates in any country, especially when security is involved. Let me remind you again to like this video and subscribe if you want to keep getting clear updates like this. Your support helps this channel grow and helps more people get the real story. What we can say for sure is that Nigeria is not being invaded, and there is no confirmed situation of U.S. forces taking over Nigerian cities. What we do see is a serious effort by Nigeria and the United States to respond to serious security threats. We also see political attention from the U.S. president, which has increased the level of international focus on Nigeria's situation. This is why the story feels big and urgent. As things continue to develop, more information will come out, and it is important to listen to verified sources and not only viral posts. Security issues are sensitive, and wrong information can create fear where there should be calm. Nigeria is still standing, still governing itself, and still working with partners to improve the safety of its people. This is the real gist behind the big headlines, and as events continue to unfold, we will keep following them closely so you can always understand what is really happening. What many people also need to understand is that when a powerful country like the United States increases its attention on a place like Nigeria, it is not only because of Nigeria itself, but because of the entire West African region. Nigeria is the biggest economy and the most populated country in Africa, so whatever happens in Nigeria affects many other countries around it. If security breaks down in Nigeria, it can spread across borders. And that is something the international community wants to prevent. That is why the US and other partners are taking Nigeria's security situation very seriously right now. Inside Nigeria, the government is under strong pressure from citizens to improve safety. Farmers want to return to their lands. Traders want to move goods freely. Parents want to send their children to school without fear. These are basic needs, and when they are threatened, the government looks for all possible ways to respond. Working with international partners gives Nigeria access to better technology, better training, and better intelligence, which can help Nigerian forces respond faster and more accurately to threats. At the same time, Nigerian leaders are also making it clear that they want to be in charge of how these operations are carried out. They do not want a situation where foreign decisions are made without Nigerian approval. This is why there are ongoing talks, agreements, and diplomatic meetings behind the scenes. These discussions are about how to fight dangerous groups while also protecting civilians and respecting Nigeria's laws. Another important part of this story is how information spreads online. In today's world, a single post can travel to millions of people in minutes. When someone writes U.S. military has arrived, many readers imagine something very dramatic, like soldiers on every street. But in reality, what has happened is more technical and controlled. It includes equipment deliveries, intelligence support, and some specialists working with Nigerian forces. That difference is very important because it changes how we understand the situation. People in northern Nigeria have been living with insecurity for a long time. Some communities have lost homes, some have lost loved ones, and many have been forced to move. For them, the idea that more help is coming can bring hope, but they also want that help to be effective and to bring real improvement, not just more headlines. This is why the government is also focusing on long-term solutions, like rebuilding communities, supporting local policing, and improving economic opportunities. Security is not only about soldiers and equipment. It is also about giving people reasons to live peacefully and productively. Without that, problems can return even after military operations succeed. As this cooperation between Nigeria and the United States continues, there will be more updates, more discussions, and more reactions. Some will be positive. Some will be critical. That is normal in a democratic society. What matters most is that the truth stays clear and that people do not panic because of exaggerated or misleading stories. If you are still watching and following this update, please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss important news as it happens. Your support really makes a difference. Right now, Nigeria is at a very important moment. The choices made today, both by Nigerian leaders and by their international partners, will shape the country's security in the years to come. With the right balance of support, responsibility, and respect for national control, there is a real chance to reduce the violence and give people a better future. We will keep watching this story closely, because it is not just about politics or military action. It is about the lives of millions of Nigerians who want peace, stability, and the chance to build their lives without fear.